You're watching Football Daily, and here are this week's biggest transfer rumours and headlines. Get subscribed to the channel and stick on notifications so you never miss any breaking news in the future. Let's get straight into it. We begin this week's episode at Newcastle, who are being linked with one of European football's rising stars. The Magpies were relatively busy in the summer making upgrades in the goalkeeper, centre-back and striker departments, but an area that was left neglected was the wing positions, with Miguel Almiron and Ryan Fraser still getting lots of minutes at St James's Park this term. But it's surely only a matter of time before the Premier League club, who were linked with Bayer Leverkusen's Moussa Diaby during the last window, splashed the cash on a wide forward, and according to the newspaper, are seriously interested in Shakhtar Donetsk sensation Mykhaylo Mudryk. The 21-year-old has started the season on fire with 2 goals and 2 assists in his first 2 Champions League appearances, and having signed a 4-year contract in February is apparently valued by Shakhtar at around the £50 million mark, a price that would be well within Newcastle's reach if they make him their top target. And it's not just this season that he's impressed. Last term, Mudryk earned a standing ovation from the home crowd after his performance against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, and by extension, Los Blancos are also among the clubs linked with his signature, along with Everton, Arsenal and Brentford, who reportedly had a £26 million offer for the Ukraine international rejected in August. So if Newcastle are to land him, they may have to act quickly. As the report states, the window of opportunity for a team without Champions League or Europa League football to try and sign him is going to be vanishingly thin. And this will certainly be the case if he continues to perform as he is in the UCL group stages. If Newcastle up their interest, it could be another busy January on Tyneside. Over to Man United now, where there continues to be question marks over the future of goalkeeper David De Gea. The Spaniard's limitations as a distributor with his feet have become more pronounced as Erik ten Hag attempts to implement a more possession-based style at Old Trafford, and so it's not overly surprising to see the Red Devils linked with one of the league's most assured ball-playing stoppers. According to Football Insider, United are eyeing up Aston Villa #1 Emi Martinez, who has established himself as one of the Premier League's most trusted keepers since moving to the Midlands club from Arsenal in 2020, missing just 2 Premier League fixtures since the start of the 2020-21 season. Back in January, the Argentina international signed a new deal with the Villains that keeps him at the club until 2027, and according to the report is now valued by his employers at around £45 million, more than double what they paid for him 2 years ago. With Dean Henderson out on loan and having publicly criticised the club's handling of him, Martin Dubravka in reserve, and De Gea's contract up next summer, although it can be extended by an extra year, a big decision on the future of the goalkeeping position at Old Trafford is surely around the corner. But at that price point, we're not so sure that 30-year-old Martinez is their best option. Meanwhile, United continue to be linked with PSV star Cody Gakpo, who has picked up where he left off last season with a ridiculous 8 goals and 6 assists in just 7 Eredivisie games this term, averaging a goal contribution every 36 minutes from the left wing. As reported by Sam Pilger in Forbes this week, the Red Devils still have an eye on the Netherlands international, who also registered a goal and an assist during the international break. Despite splashing out around £85 million on another Eredivisie winger in Anthony at the end of the window, Pilger's report states that United could go back in for Gakpo, who apparently rejected advances from Leeds and Southampton in the hope that a move to Old Trafford would resurface. And with Cristiano Ronaldo likely to leave the club next summer, as well as concerns over Anthony Martial's fitness, more attacking reinforcements will probably be needed by Ten Hag in the next 12 months. But can you see United making another move for Gakpo, or will they use the bulk of their money on a centre forward instead? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. On yesterday's Euro Transfer Talk, we gave you an update on the Jude Bellingham situation, but with the English midfielder all over the back pages this week, there is already new juicy gossip to get stuck into. That's because Spanish outlet Marca are claiming that the 19-year-old's preferred destination is Real Madrid, amid speculation that the European champions and Liverpool are the 2 frontrunners for his signature. The midfield prodigy, who was named player of the match in England's 3-3 draw with Germany on Monday night, may cost anywhere from €100 to €150 million depending on which report you read. And according to Marca, Madrid asked Bellingham and his representatives not to sign a new contract at Borussia Dortmund, something he is yet to do, though his current deal still ties him to the German club until 2025. But despite the claims that he has already chosen his next destination, Liverpool fans shouldn't lose hope, especially given the Reds' current midfield woes present Bellingham with more chances of playing every week. What's more, German outlet Bild reported on the weekend that Dortmund are eyeing up Naby Keita, leading to talk that offering up the former Leipzig star could sweeten any deal for BVB. This already looks like one of next year's biggest sagas, so keep your eye out for any updates. Over to Italy now, as speculation over the future of Inter centre-back Milan Skriniar refuses to go away. The Slovakia captain was expected by many to leave the Nerazzurri in the summer, with PSG looking far and away his most likely destination. But after a €60 million bid was reportedly rejected by the Italian giants, Skriniar remained in Milan after deadline day. However, even since then, it's been widely reported that the French champions will go back in for the defender, whose contract is up next summer, with Gazzetta dello Sport claiming this week that the player and club are at odds over a new deal. According to the Italian outlet, Inter are unwilling to offer him more than €6 million net a year plus add-ons, with Skriniar after €7.5 million. Currently on a reported salary of around €5 million, Inter's offer can hardly be seen as unreasonable, but with PSG apparently offering him a €9 million salary at the Parc des Princes, the logic of the player wanting to bargain for bigger wages in Italy becomes clearer. With contract negotiations set to take place next month, the outcome will prove pivotal to the player's immediate future. If an agreement can't be reached, then Inter may be forced to sell him at a cut price in January to avoid losing him for free in the summer, with PSG reportedly unwilling to offer more than €30 million if this were to happen. But what do you reckon? Can you see Skriniar signing a new deal, or is he destined for France? Let us know down below. It may be hard to believe, but Nottingham Forest could be in for yet another attacking midfielder. That's because Italian journalist Paolo Bargigia told television network 7 Gold this week that Atalanta star Ruslan Malinovskyi is 60% likely to join the Premier League strugglers, who have gained just 4 points from their opening 7 league games. West Ham, who along with Tottenham were also linked with the Ukraine international in the summer, are also still said to be in the mix, while Goal.com are reporting that the Serie A outfit are demanding around £20 million for the creator, whose contract runs out next year. So a January move could be on for Malinovskyi if Atalanta don't want to lose him for free, and given the club are not used to making a loss on their investments, Forest fans can be hopeful of him being made available in the winter window. We finish off this week at Bournemouth, who are still without a permanent manager following the sacking of Scott Parker in August. Gary O'Neill remains in charge on a caretaker basis, having overseen a 3-game unbeaten run since taking over from Parker, with the club's prospective takeover by US investor Bill Foley currently top of the agenda on the south coast. If it goes through as expected, it will bring an end to Maxim Demin's highly successful 11-year spell as the club's owner. And once the new ownership are in place, the Daily Mail claim that Middlesbrough manager Chris Wilder is high on the list of candidates to take over at the Vitality Stadium. The former Sheffield United boss, who famously took the Blades from League One to the Premier League in 3 seasons, has endured a tough start to the new campaign at the Riverside Stadium, with his side winning just 2 of their opening 10 championship games. So the opportunity to return to the Premier League with the Cherries may well be attractive to Wilder, with the report stating that were Bournemouth to make an approach down the line, it is unlikely to be met with resistance. But despite bookmakers slashing odds on Wilder becoming the next Bournemouth coach, there has so far been no hard evidence that the club will make a move for him, with a report from Teesside Live yesterday claiming that Bournemouth sources insist that as things stand, Wilder is not on the wish list of the current or prospective owners. Either way, it seems that until the club's future is set in stone, there is no rush to hire a full-time replacement for O'Neill in the dugout. So that's all we have time for on Transfer Talk today, but which of these rumours can you see coming true, and what do you make of the Jude Bellingham situation? Where would you like to see him go next summer? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, please leave it a like and click on screen right now for another great Football Daily vid. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.